Hello, Sophia here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. Today we're going to make 4 cards and we're going to use what's called a one sheet wonder 6 by 6. So what we're doing is we're going to take a 6 by 6 piece of paper like this and we're going to cut it where it tells us to cut it on the pattern, and we'll make 4 cards from it. So let me show you what I have. This is my pattern paper. This will be the main paper on 4 cards. I have 3 panels and I've embossed them already just to save some time. And I have 4 red mats that are going to go on the they're going to go on the panels after. Okay, so let's get started with our cutting. Now all you have to do is you look at your pattern and you see where you think you should start first. I always go usually the longest line because it cuts right through the whole piece of paper. So we're going to do that. We're going to cut it at 2.5 inches and 5 1/4 inches. So don't forget, if you have directional paper, you don't want it to be sideways or anything like that. Okay, if you have directional paper right now, if you cut this the way I'm going to show you, it'll fit on your cards just fine. Okay, so we're going to go 2 inches. Okay, and this piece down here we won't need, so we're going to go 5 1/4 on this paper. 5 1/4. It's not 2 inches, it's 3/4. Yeah, it's 2 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so that's that one here, like that. Okay, the next piece we're going to cut 2 inches off the bottom, so we are just going to turn it and cut 2 inches off the bottom. I want to see which way is going to be the best for me. If it's going to cut, yeah, it's going to cut off the Christmas balls. It doesn't matter which way I turn it. Okay, so this is 2 inches and this should be 4 inches. Yes, because we cut 2 inches off our 6-inch panel or paper. Okay, so it fits like that. Now we have this piece right here, and what we're going to do, we're going to cut it from corner to corner. So we're going to, are you able to see that? Sorry. So we're going to line up our points right in the cutting edge. All right. And we're just going to cut. All right. So I'm just going to move my trimmer out of the way, and I'm going to put these papers just the same way they are on here. Okay, so there's our 4-inch square, and it's cut diagonally. There's our 2 by 5 1/4 inch rectangle. This little piece goes at the bottom, and then this 2 by 4 inch piece will go right here as well. So as you can see, well, it's just like this paper. Okay, this paper here is actually cut 6 inches. It just feels better when you can see the proper dimensions. So okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make 4. We don't need this little piece. We're just going to get rid of that. So this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's start with this piece right here. I'll just get this other stuff out of the way. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to mat this piece, and the mat is just 1/4 inch wide, so it's 2 1/4 inches, and it's 5 1/4. So we're not matting the sides or the top and the bottom, because I'm just going to use this one here because it's just going to fit straight down the card. Okay, like that. All right, so let me just glue this on. Is it cold in your neck of the woods? We just got snow. Not what I was expecting, but it's only an inch or so, so hopefully it's going to disappear in the next day or so. Okay, so we're going to line this up right at the top, and we're just going to make sure that it's even on both sides. I'll push it up a little bit more there. All right, I might be over a bit. Nope, not over a bit at all. Okay, so this piece is going to go on this panel just like this. So let me go ahead and glue that down as well. And I'm going in just about 1/4 inch, maybe a little smidgen less. Okay. So I have a sentiment now that I want to put on this card. All right. So right here, I'll have a holly jolly Christmas. Okay, now I want to make a tag for up here. Let me just cut it first. Okay. Now let's just see how high up we want this. Probably up to there, maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this part down. And then I can snip it off after. Wonderful. All right, now let's put a couple of little gems on here. I need to put them on the sentiment. There. Now let's get our card mat. I'll move my things out of the way here. All right, now we can glue this down. Right, there's our first one. I'm not putting these on. Does it? All of a sudden I think my lights are really dark. I hope they're not. I'm not going to put these on card base because I'm really running out of room. So I'll put it on the card base when I go to send it out. So, but that's the first one. That's kind of cute. Okay, so which one should we do next? Right, I'm going to grab a triangle one here. And what I did, I used an embossing folder, and let me see what it's called. It's an old one, of course. It's called Snow Border. I don't know if you can actually see. Can you see this better? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to take this triangle and I'm going to put it down at the bottom because it covers up the least amount of the embossing. And remember when I said your pattern will stay, you'll be okay, you're okay. Okay, so let's just glue this down. Do I want to glue? Yeah, I want to glue this down. Okay, there we go. Now that looks interesting, doesn't it? Okay, so now I have a container here with all these um, different strips in there. So I am going to use a strip on here. Let me see. I'm just going to snip the end off here so I can save a piece because you know me, I'll put glue on it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little dab of glue all the way down this triangle. Okay. And then I'm going to start over top and just going to come forward so it drops into place and picks up that glue. All right. Okay, we'll just snip this off. Okay. Now I have a sentiment here, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and it is also on crooked, but that's okay, I guess. And it's going to go right at the top here, or not quite at the top, maybe in the center. I just wanted to cover a bit of that empty space there. So, okay, let me just put that down. I can't believe I did that crooked. The mat on this sentiment. I find when you're using this shiny paper, when you put it down, when you put like your sentiment over top, when you put it down, get it in place and then don't touch it again because the glue makes it slide. So, which it won't do right now, of course. That's okay. Okay, now let's put our mat on this. All right. Okay. That is cute, isn't it? The next one we are doing is, this is a snowflake embossing folder. And this is going to go on about here, but I have a mat for it, I think. Yes, I have a green mat for it. And this piece is the 2 inches by 4 inches. So it's going to go, it'll fit right across the card. So my mat is 2 1/4 inches by 4. Okay, so let's just line it up on the left-hand side. Try to give it the same amount of mat at the top and the bottom. Okay, so I got a sentiment here, and I also have, this is from a die, I think it's Bell Binders, and so I cut the top part of the snowflake in white, and then the back part is like a shiny green. And so let's just glue this down right now. It's hard to tell if it's straight. Okay, now my Merry Christmas is going to go in the middle, and I have my little snowflake here. I wasn't sure if I wanted it on here, but it's too busy, so I'm just going to put it up here. So I'm going to glue my sentiment down. Now I'm adding a little bit of shininess or blinginess to the cards, to all the cards. But I don't want to overpower it, so I'm not doing all my mats in the shiny as well, just some. Okay, so that's down. Now I wonder, I should pop this up. Yeah, let's put it on dimensionals. Okay, let's get a few on here. Okay, so let's get this on here about like that. That looks kind of cool. Now I want to put a couple more. I use remember my Creative Memories Bubble Maker Punch. I cut out some gold ones, and I also have some green and red ones as well. So I think I'm going to use a couple of the green ones on here. I don't want them super big though. Okay, so now I have 5 on there. Let's put this on our mat. I'm going to fall off. And there we go. Looks kind of cool. Okay, so that's number 3. We have one more to go. And this is I did the holly berries, I think it's called. Yes, it's called Berry Christmas. So now this one here is going to be for the other triangle. So this triangle, we'll do it up at the top here. Okay, I think we can only do it at the top because as you can see, then my Christmas balls are sideways. You know, they don't line up properly. They're upside down. So you have to go this way. If one goes at the bottom, one goes at the top. Okay, so let's glue this baby down. Okay, and we'll line it up at the top and the sides. Okay. So I've decided on this one. I have a couple in here that have different shapes cut out of them. I'm just going to put some glue down the side of this. There we go. And then I'll put this down. Now I have this Merry Christmas that I cut out, and I'm going to put it on this round shape here. This Merry Christmas is from the Paper Rose Crisp Christmas Sentiments package, and you can get that at scrapbook.com. Now, this looks kind of, let me see, I got some foliage here that, let's see what it would look like under here. Just, you know, to fill in the white space a little bit. Maybe put it up this way and this way. So I'm going to glue this, put glue on it. And then I'm going to stick those underneath, hopefully. Kind of nice with the little edges turned up a bit. Okay, let's put this on a card base, or a mat, sorry, not a card base. I wonder if I should just leave it, right? This is the last one. I was going to put a couple of gems down here, but I'm not really sure I want to do that. If I could do where the white is for the berries, maybe, but I don't think so. But I think I'm just going to leave it like that because too much can be horrible. Okay, so let's bring these cards out so you can see them and clear my mess away. Okay, so here are all 4 cards again. If you want to take a picture, and there is, I'll bring this up a little closer if you want to see it. You should be able to zoom in on your pictures and see what the cutting marks are and what sizes you need to cut. All right, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments, of course. I hope you have a great day. This was fun making these. We will talk again soon. Bye for now.